It is hard though. It is hard wanting to stay inside. Like I go out and do things. Like I came here tonight, the first thing that I did this week. But it's hard because DC people are really outdoorsy. Have you guys noticed that?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes, you have. Every fucking person in DC wants to go canoeing or fucking hiking or running or something like that. Like I don't know how to pause while I take a drink of water, so I'm sorry. That's the one thing I'm still practicing about today. Her jokes were good, but she does not know how to drink a cup of water. No, people love doing things outside in DC. Like a friend of mine that I work with, or that I used to work with, she approached me once to see if I wanted to like train for some kind of a half marathon or quarter marathon or something with running. I wasn't listening. I was like, I'm sitting, get out of here. So she asked me if I wanted to run this run something. And I was really astounded, you know, I was really surprised. Like we had worked together for like a year or so. I'd seen her every day, we talked to each other every day. And I was like, in that moment, I was like, damn, this girl doesn't know me at all. Shit. I wanted to be nice about it, you know, because it was sweet of her to invite me. And so I was like, look, the only way that I would be interested in this marathon is if Heidi Klum was hosting it and it was called Project Runway. I am only interested in Project Runway marathons. Those I can easily train for with a solid 12-hour night of sleep and a bag of Utz. Good solid diet of Utz. Yeah. Are you advertising for them? No, exactly. Like, I don't know, when people want to run for fun, or they tell me, like I run into people at parties and they're like, oh yeah, I love running. I don't know where to go from there, because I immediately am like, oh, you just don't have anything in common. Because how do you go from that? And they're like, oh, what did you do this week? And you're like, well, I never caught up on that 4th season of Big Love, so I've just been watching it and working at the video store that I work at. And sleeping for like 8 to 15 hours a day. But running's cool. Yeah, I like running. Running's great. I love it. And I could squeeze it in like 10 years ago or so. So, I mean, I don't know. It just doesn't seem like fun for me, you know? Like, I have nightmares where I'm running. And nothing's chasing me. I'm just running. Like, oh God, will horrors never cease? It's horrible. And I wake up and I'm covered in sweat, you know, and I'm panting. But at least in that moment it's like, oh, thank God it's over. You know, for me it's over, but for runners, like that's their reality. I'm bright and sweaty all the time. I mean, don't get me wrong, like I like to walk to and from the metro here in Mexico. Just a running for fun thing that I don't get. Like I would run if it was for sports, you know? Like if I was on a softball league or something. I haven't done that for like 7 years, but like if I could be on one again. I might be. If I had to be, I would. I would run. If I had to. And it would make sense because it's for a sport, right? Like I hit this ball and I'm running the bases to win my team a point. I have played sports, I know, I'm not very convincing, but I have. No, I would do that if I had to. So it's just like when I'm just running, I'm like, why aren't I walking? And when I'm walking, I'm like, why aren't I standing? And when I'm standing, I'm like, why aren't I sitting? And when I'm sitting, I'm like, why aren't I sleeping? And when I'm sleeping, I'm like, oh, it's finally right with the world. I love this. I love it. I love sleeping. It's my favorite. It makes me so incredibly happy. And like, don't get me wrong, like I love people. I'm a big people person. I wouldn't get up here, you know, if I was agoraphobic. If I really hated going out that much. And that's the thing, I'm not agoraphobic. Alright, I leave the house. It's just I really hate when the wind touches me. God, there's nothing worse, you know? There's nothing like spending an hour getting ready to just be like, okay, perfect, yes. Just to go outside, just have it all fucked up immediately. Here's my fucking lip gloss. I hate it, it's the worst. So, but anyway, I go out there and I'm like, okay, I'm walking. Like, this is good. I can do this. I'm outside. I'm great at this. What's the big deal? And all of a sudden, it's just like, whoosh! Oh God, we go, whoosh! It's like this wind-blown catastrophe. Like, fuck this shit. I hate this. I put underwear on for this. It's really so awful. Because really, like, that's the way that we judge whether a situation is worth it, right? Like if it was worth it to put on underwear, that's how you know, like how high up on your priority list something is. Like I imagine that that's probably what I'm going to be asking myself here in a few minutes. As I walk up stage, I'm going to be like, oh man, was it worth it to put underwear on for the Alley Cat show? And you know what? I think it is. I think this is worth it. I feel good about my clean underwear tonight. Because you guys have been awesome!